Hello everyone, my name is Hayley Medsker and I'm a junior at Indiana State University studying applied medicine. Today we're going to be doing a body weight session with some resistance training, and our goal for this program is strength gain. This workout was designed for a higher independence geriatric client. So for the warm-up, we're going to begin by jogging in place for 2 minutes. If you don't feel comfortable jogging, or if it's painful, then feel free to either march in place or walk in place. We just want to get your body moving. And then we're going to go into some squats. So start standing with your feet shoulder width apart and hold your arms straight out in front of you. Then bend your legs at the knees until they're at around a 90-degree angle. Once you get to that level, stand back up. If a squat is too difficult, then a good regression for this is doing your squat standing in front of a chair, as you can see here. And you use the same technique. And next up, we're going to be going into glute bridges. So for this exercise, you're going to lie on your back with your knees bent and roughly shoulder width apart. And then your feet are going to be flat on the ground, and squeeze your glutes and lift your hips off the ground, and then lower them back down to the original position. And we're going to be doing 10 reps of these as well. And as you can guess from the name, this exercise is good for working the glutes as well as the hamstrings, lower back muscles, and abs. Okay, this next exercise is called the bird dog. So for this, we're going to stay on the ground, but move so that you're on your hands and knees. Once you're on all fours, you're going to lift your left arm and your right leg at the same time until they're in line with your torso, and then lower them both back down. And then do the same thing with your right arm and left leg. And this will be 10 reps per side. And if lifting both your arm and leg at the same time is too difficult, then you can do a regression for the exercise by lifting your arms and legs separately. So if you're doing it this way, you'll lift your right arm and then your left arm, and then your right leg and left leg in the same way. And bird dogs work your abs, erector spinae muscles on your back, and your glutes. So this is a great core exercise to do. Next up are dead bugs, and we're going to be doing 10 reps per side for this. So you're going to stay on the floor, lie on your back with your arms extended up towards the ceiling, and then lift your legs and have your knees bent at a 90-degree angle. Once in this position, lower your right arm behind you toward the floor and extend your left leg at the same time. When doing this exercise, your both limbs should be hovering over but not touching the ground. And then you're going to return to that position and repeat, but with your left arm and right leg. And a regression for this exercise would be going one limb at a time, like we just did for the bird dog exercise. So you could do your right arm and then your left arm, and then follow with the right leg and the left leg. And this exercise also works a lot of our core muscles. And if any time during this exercise you feel like you need a break, then feel free to take a break. Okay, now we're going to go into modified push-ups. So to start, begin by either facing a wall or a sturdy table, then place your hands on the surface so that they're shoulder width apart or slightly wider, and walk your feet back until you're at a comfortable angle. Then bend your elbows to a 90-degree angle, or as close to 90 degrees as you can get, and push back up until your arms are straight. And we'll be doing 10 reps of these. And the more upright your body is when you're doing these push-ups, the easier that it will be. Okay, and then we're going to go into this next exercise, which is a side leg lift. So for this exercise, you're going to be using your resistance band, and it'll be 10 reps per side, and you lean on either a wall or a chair to keep your balance. So I chose a wall. And once you're standing by the wall, put the band around your ankles, and then shift your weight onto one leg and lift the other out to the side. So you're going to do 10 reps with one leg and then switch to the other leg. And make sure that when you're doing this, you're keeping your torso straight. And side leg lifts work your abductor muscles, which are your glute muscles. And they're also good for your hips and your posture. Okay, so now we're going to go into this next exercise, which is called a lat pull with using the resistance band. So for this one, it's going to be our last exercise before the break. So you're going to start either standing or sitting, depending on your preference, and hold the resistance band above your head with your hands slightly wider than shoulder width apart. And then while keeping your left arm in place, you're going to pull your right elbow down so that it's touching or almost touching your rib cage, and then push that arm back up. And after doing 10 reps on one side, you're going to complete 10 reps using the other arm. And this exercise works your latissimus dorsi muscle, which is crucial for posture and spinal stability. So this is a good muscle to be working. Okay, and then after that, you're going to go into a 1-minute break. So you can take this time to get a drink of water if you need it. And after the minute is up, we'll start the set all over again, beginning with 10 squats. So then we just repeat that same set. And make sure that you're taking breaks if you feel like you need them. So now we're going to go into the 10 squats again. And these squats are good for working your quadriceps muscles. If the standard squat is too difficult, you can always do the regression by going over to the chair and then doing the same form, but as soon as you touch the chair, you stand back up. Then we're going to go into our 10 glute bridges again. Make sure that your feet stay flat on the ground with these, and that they're about shoulder width apart. Then into the bird dogs, where you're doing 10 reps per side. And then the regression for this is going one limb at a time. So if you're maybe struggling with balance, this would be a good regression for you. So here's what the regression looks like, just doing one leg at a time and then one arm at a time instead of doing two at once. Then we go into dead bugs, which is very similar to the bird dog. You're just on your back. So this is a good core workout. Then this is what the regression looks like, so you're just going one limb at a time instead of two at once. Then we'll be going into the modified push-ups again. And for this exercise, if you're wanting it to be a little more difficult, you can choose a surface that's not as straight up. So like a table or a chair. As long as they're sturdy, that would be a good surface to do these on if you want it to be a little more difficult, because the more vertical your body is, the easier it will be. And then we're going to go into side leg lifts again. And you're going to do 10 reps on one side and then 10 reps on the other side. Okay, once we're done with the leg lifts, we're going to go into the lat pull using that same resistance band. Then this will be the last of our exercises before going into the cool down. So for the cool down, it's going to be just a quick 1-minute cool down. We're going to jog in place again for it. If you would rather march in place or walk in place, that is perfectly fine as well. Just a way to kind of relax our body after the workout. So here's the cool down. It'll be a 1-minute jog. And then once the cool down is completed, you're officially done with the body weight and resistance training workout. This program worked a lot of different muscle groups, including the arms, legs, and core. I encourage you to continue to work out throughout the week. Working out has so many benefits. Regular physical activity has been proven to not only improve physical health, but also mental health, cognitive function, and emotional, psychological, and social well-being. Regular exercise helps to reduce fall risks, cardiovascular disease, and blood pressure. Resistance training in particular has been proven to combat loss of muscle strength and frailty. So you should continue to do this workout program along with other workouts because of the benefits you'll get from regular physical activity. As our bodies age, our skeletal muscles will begin to decrease in muscle mass, and one of the best ways to combat this loss of muscle mass is with regular exercise, especially resistance training. Not only that, but exercise is fun. So find some friends or family who also want to begin exercising more and go find new ways to be physically active.